Just very briefly, how can you make mindfulness work and affirmations more powerful? Now, first to the mindfulness work. I think mindfulness is really important. It's such a good reminder of us having to pull our mind back into this present moment and how we often, unfortunately, just feel overwhelmed, anxious, frazzled, because our mind is latching on. We had hundreds of tentacles to all different kinds of objects and just really doesn't really feel anymore itself. It doesn't really find a way back home. And mindfulness is a way to come back home to yourself. So in that regard, love it. What I don't love about mindfulness, that it doesn't really address the anxiety or the anxious thoughts as something to take care of and have compassion for. It is often more as, well, it's just a feeling or it's just a thought. Let it go. Don't pay attention to it. And it's a little bit, I believe, unfair to our anxious mind, especially after everything that I shared with you, just to be seen as a nuisance that eventually gonna go away if we don't give it too much attention. So I prefer to use mindfulness work as a way to come back to myself and to really feel that self that is grounded and calm, and I call it the adult conscious self, so that from that self I can have compassion or answers or a way of reassurance or support to my anxious mind. So the first step is using this mindfulness to remember who you are, but then also remember your responsibility towards that aspect of yourself that may still live in distrust or worry or feeling unsafe or feeling unworthy, so that this part can also then be integrated into the wholeness of who you are. And so when I do mindfulness, I start with the centering. I focus on, let's say, my inner child to give it the attention it requires, especially if there has been something triggering it or something going on. And then usually I focus on the third step, which is an affirmation. Something I really feel like I need to get more, consolidated inside of my mind. It can be about, being at peace, or it can be about trusting my inner resources to, overcome any obstacles that may my way. I'm going to actually share with you a few really beautiful affirmations right after this. But when you use an affirmation, an affirmation about, let's say, I am calm, centered, and confident. Let's say that's the affirmation. Don't just use the words and basically just, spin them in your head without really having any kind of emotion or energy connected to it. It's way more effective if you, before you choose, this is the affirmation I want to focus on, that you actually feel the words and their meaning so that they get translated into your subconscious. So when you think about confidence, I always think about confidence when I was in high school and playing basketball, and I made the winning shot in a really important game, and how good that felt, and the teammates just, cheering me on. And that is a memory of confidence. A long time ago, it still works. So feeling confidence or feeling calm, go to your favorite place in nature or somewhere where you do feel automatically calm, maybe on the beach or maybe in a church or temple. And then confident, calm, and centered. And centered could be a feeling where, let's say, you have felt centered when Other people were maybe, really needing your help, or they were freaking out, or you needed to be a little bit the rock for them. And so that's a way to come back to that feeling. And then you don't have to necessarily all the time think about the feelings, but as you already have associated the words with a certain energy, they're going to be way more impactful than just using the words. And if you could add to it also a visual, imagining yourself calm, centered, and confident, just in a way that, maybe you have a certain body posture, or you're just having this really, really calm and, I don't know, self-affirming smile on your face. That's something you can visualize as, this is the person I want to today express, or this is the person I want to grow into. It really works. So the bottom line is, use mindfulness and then expand through self-responsibility and self-care, paying attention to whatever needs your attention on a deeper level, especially if it's a part of you that is anxious and insecure. And then go forward through visualizing and affirming with emotions, with your heart, that direction that you want your mind, yourself to go. And this takes maybe 10 minutes, but that really sets you up. It really creates every day some kind of a momentum and energy that moves you forward. Because so many times when we're dealing with anxiety, all we focus on is, when will the anxiety show up again? Will it be as bad as yesterday? When will it attack me? And that's all we see, and that's all we believe we are, or we are capable of. And of course, the mind says, I guess anxiety is the name of the game. I guess that's what we focus on. And unfortunately, that's a totally wrong way to direct your mind towards what you really, really want, because you don't tell your mind that. You only tell your mind what you don't want. Use it. Now, affirmations are powerful, and some resonate more than others. So I would always stick with one or two until you really feel it implemented. So if you use an affirmation, use it at least for 2-3 weeks, or maybe even 40 days. Also, when you use an affirmation, make sure that you see that the affirmation has an effect in your life. So if you do say calm, centered, confident, and then notice, wow, I was actually not nervous when a stranger talked to me, or I was actually calm when my boss came up and asked me a question, or whatever things in the past would have made you a little bit more anxious, and you're realizing that this calm, centered, confident persona becomes stronger and stronger, well, write it down. Because then you see that you're making a difference. You're seeing that you are moving forward. And then again, it just gives you more motivation and more momentum to continue. So some nice affirmations I like is, I am enough just as I am. I mean, that is such a powerful one, because being enough is so hard for us to feel, because most of us have been raised and continually affirmed that we are apparently not enough. I'm grateful for what I have and excited about what's to come. That again is also shifting out of this having to keep our comfort zone small and predictable, and instead realizing there is so much already to feel blessed with, and there is so much more that I'm gonna look forward to and experience. I choose happiness and positivity. I have the power to create the life that I desire. I am worthy of love and respect. I trust in my abilities on this journey. I attract positive energy and opportunities. I am healthy, strong, and full of energy. I am open to new possibilities and embrace change. I mean, These are just a few examples. And again, make yourself really feel what affirmation resonates with you right now, because that's the building block that you right now need to bring into your mind. And then once you have it, you may feel like, well, now actually something more about love or opportunity feels that it resonates with me. And so these things are always growing inside of us. Well, I hope you enjoyed this 4-part series. I will continue to talk about anxiety and also confidence and how to build trust and how to go through life in more empowered ways. But I want to leave you just with remembering that your anxiety is not a weakness. In many ways, it's actually a privilege that your mind, your subconscious mind, cares so much about you, that it not only wants you to be safe, but it wants you to grow and expand and become the authentic leader of your life. Your anxiety is your opportunity to finally give yourself the attention and give yourself the focus that you need to become that person, to become your best self. We are living in the world where distractions and noise are so overpowering that it's so easy to lose touch with ourselves. The anxiety calls you back home. Embrace it as such. Don't get distracted by how uncomfortable it feels. It's okay. It just has to be a little intense for us to wake up and for us to pay attention. But once we do, the anxiety ultimately tells you, you are better than what you have thought about yourself. You have more inner resources than you have ever believed, and there is a better life out for you than you have thought you could allow yourself to dream of. And that is where the gift of the anxiety is. It can help you to claim your life, to reclaim your destiny in a completely new and, again, authentically empowered way. So if you enjoy this video, please just be a subscriber on my YouTube channel, or also sign up for my newsletter. Go to my website, drfriedemann.com. I offer individual breakthrough sessions, whole program, and also my video program that you can use to go onto this journey from anxiety to empowerment. I did this journey. I helped thousands of people on this journey. You can do this journey, and you will be surprised what's waiting for you on the other end. Hi, Dr. Friedemann here. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. If you're interested in learning more about fear and anxiety, here you'll find guided meditations, webinars, and interviews with some of the most renowned experts in the field of empowerment. Delve into the over 230 videos and more to come every week.